So the Philadelphia 76ers might actually have gotten better this year by the subtraction of James Harden. So here on the BBALL Nightly channel, we upload daily NBA content. If you guys could subscribe, it'd be great. We're trying to 500 subscribers as soon as possible. But now back on to talking about the Philadelphia 76ers lads, who traded James Harden a couple of weeks ago, or 10 days ago maybe at this stage, to the Los Angeles Clippers. And the Clippers, I mean, I don't think they're great. I'm not going to lie. I don't think the Clippers are great. I think they're a borderline playoff team. And like, do they make a top 10 seed and make a play-in? Yeah. But when we're looking at the Western Conference, I've always said it, like the Nuggets are obviously better than them. The Mavs are probably better than them. The Thunder are probably better than them. The Warriors are definitely better than them. You never know about the Kings. The Timberwolves are definitely better than them. And then I think as that like sixth spot, there's like the Kings, the Suns, the Clippers. I think all of them are going to be fighting for that 5-6 seed. I think the West is that stacked. But in the East, the number one seed right now is the Philadelphia 76ers. And a quote from Joel Embiid after winning 6 games straight. A lot of credit to the culture that we have. No one has an ego on this team. Guys are just happy, worried about the right things, which is to win. The only thing that matters and the only thing that should matter. And that was what he said after beating the Celtics yesterday. And I mean, there's one big change from last year. There is one absolutely big change from last year. Well, two. You know what? Like, first of all, I think Doc Rivers is not a very good NBA coach. Is that a crazy statement to make? Like, Doc Rivers was very good with the Orlando Magic. He was really good for a year with the Orlando Magic. And then he was obviously did well with the Celtics team that year. And he had a couple of good years in LA. I think that 18-19 year, he was really good with the LA Clippers. But he was bad in the bubble. He was bad that bubble year. He was bad in the bubble itself. As well as that, you then look at him in Philadelphia, where he's been nothing short of terrible. And you've got Nick Nurse, one of the best coaches in basketball. A guy who won a ring with the Toronto Raptors in 2019. And honestly, Nick Nurse is one of the best coaches. So that's a huge upgrade. And also, I think it's addition by subtraction as far as James Harden goes. It's not even like a whole thing with people being like, oh, James Harden isn't a system player. But it's like, James Harden takes touches away from Tyrese Maxey. James Harden makes your defense worse when he's on the floor. So the way the team's structured now is better. Like, there's a very clear number one, and it's Joel Embiid. I think Joel Embiid was the clear number one last year, but now there is a very clear number two, and a guy who in 2023 is better than James Harden, and it's Tyrese Maxey. There's a reason they wouldn't give him up in the Dame Lillard trades. Like, Tyrese Maxey is showing that he is a number two on a championship contending team. As well as that, you've got Kelly Oubre, who's playing really well this year. You've got Tobias Harris, who as a 3rd/4th option can still ball. He can put up 25 in any given game, will shoot the ball well, isn't going to be a terrible defender, and he's just doing his job. You've got Melton, who is a really nice defender as well. And you just look at that Philadelphia 76ers team and you're like, okay, like they just work. They just work. And when you look at what people were saying about James Harden last year, that once he didn't make the All-Star team, he basically just stopped playing. When you look at what he did in the playoffs, where he just did not step up, you're looking at that and you're like, is losing him that big a deal? I don't think it is, because Joel Embiid's having another MVP caliber year. Look, Joel Embiid could win 2 in a row. And right now, I'll say it again, it is probably right now, 1, 2, 3 is, because Tatum's just gonzo. It is Steph Curry, Jokic, Luka, and Embiid as my top 4. Like, they are probably the top 4 in MVP voting. And Embiid is right up there. Like, it's a dead even heat. And I'm gonna be honest. The Sixers are legit. When you get rid of your Doc Rivers problem and get rid of your James Harden problem, and like, for a team that can get rid of James Harden and stay equally as good, especially the current 2023 James Harden with just his attitude towards the sport, they're good. Trust me. The Philadelphia 76ers are going to be one of the toughest teams to beat. And I thought Boston had the best starting 5 in the league. You just never know. Is Philadelphia one's up there? And I probably jumped the gun with Boston. Denver's is probably the best starting 5. Anyway, yeah. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.